Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to another patch note review. Today, Alpha 18.1 Stable came out, and I'm just going to go through the patch notes here with you guys. So basically, it's mostly just a little bit of bug fixes. The only real thing they did was give us 2 extra slots in our hotbar, which will actually be really helpful considering a lot of times that over encumbrance is kind of a pain in the butt. Looks like they also changed some zombies. I know I've seen some people play the experimental. I think it's like the stripper zombie, the businessman, and there's like one or two other ones. I think like maybe the worker zombie, the worker hat zombie. A couple of those. Looks like they're also doing a little bit of updates to the ladders, and that is kind of just on here. Basically, what's going to be happening is if you jump to slide down the ladder, you'll slow down and you won't reattach right away. You'll only be able to reattach once you're at a reasonable speed to reattach. So if you have a giant ladder from build limit to bedrock, definitely don't be sliding down that thing the whole way down. They also changed a little bit of the ragdoll physics with like the death animation, or like how far things are going to fly when you hit them or when you shoot them, that kind of thing. Oh yeah, new strippers, utility, and business zombies. That's gonna be the new shiny zombies. There were this stuff, the defining POI zones. That's all just the prefab editor stuff that you can do when you're creating your own prefab. All of this other stuff is the ragdoll, and then this is specifically for the prefab editor. It's a 20 slot tool belt, which is actually really nice considering that's pretty much like creative mode. What has changed here, looks like the AIs can use ladders a little bit better. I've definitely seen them not be able to climb ladders very well, and I've seen them also not even want to pathfind to a ladder. There's also, looks like, just a ton of ladder changes here. Ladders can only be climbable when they're placed vertically. You have better horizontal move speed when you're on ladders. And then, yeah, there was a small issue when you were trying to climb a ladder and then you jumped. I know there's also a conflict where you're trying to get off of a ladder. A lot of times that you get stuck to it. And I don't know if that has been fixed in here, but it looks like a lot of the ladders have been redesigned with their physics. So hopefully that's not an issue anymore. A lot of this stuff is just little things here. A lot of that stuff is a little bit, that's all kind of stuff that we have already went through. The value of cigars, I haven't checked to see how much they're worth. I think you could sell them for like maybe 100 dukes. They weren't very valuable. But I mean, I think they were only 200 dukes to buy. And then this must have been a glitched POI in Navezgane. Looks like they re-enabled that one just to be able to spawn in. Well, we'll go through all the bug fixes here next. The switch lights don't seem to be working when they're placed. I'm guessing there's something with lights that need to be switched. Oh, okay, yes, this is in the creative menu, actually. One of my friends and I had this issue. If you placed a light that could be switched on and off from the creative menu, it wouldn't actually work. So it sounds like that's been fixed. Switches that are turned on will be white when logging back into the game. That sounds like it was just a minor visual bug. Industrial lights, looks like that's just a small visual bug. This is also a visual bug here, where I've encountered this when I've been placing a lot of concrete, just kind of placing a lot of anything. You're placing the blocks faster and it desyncs a lot. And then also, if you go to repair stuff with like your hammer or your nail gun or like stone axe, that also desyncs. So I wonder if that's fixed as well. Looks like the stone axe probably isn't going to be quite as disgustingly bright when you have it on your when you have it equipped. Trees are invisible from one side, not the other. I have encountered that glitch before. You would look at it and it would be gone, and then all of a sudden there'd be a tree right in front of you. So that's a pretty good fix. Object quality, that's just a little tiny thing. This cops and ready to cops aim poorly. So I'm not sure if that means that they have increased the aim, like made the aim better, or increased the spread of the spit. I will probably have to like go and look into actually like spawning in a couple of cops here and there and seeing how that actually works. This looks like it was just a visual bug where only the head of the zombie soldier was on fire. Goldenrod Seeds uses full-grown ghost when planting. That's another little visual bug. Block placement would start rotated. That is a good fix. Broken glass looked white. It's another visual. Now this, I've definitely seen some pathfinding issues. And they would jump if you move. And they're like, then they just go off in some random direction. So hopefully that's also been fixed. AIs could not jump while on a ladder. It looks like sounds like they can now. AI obstacle check was disabled on a ladder if they weren't climbing. Okay, so if something was stuck on a ladder, like if you had a bunch of ladders and like maybe one zombie was climbing or something like that and another jumped on top of that zombie, they wouldn't really know what to do. AI pathing is not making horizontal ladder connections, so now they should be able to path left and right. Unneeded inside drop connections, that's just more pathing issues. Yep, the house modern 03 has zombie trapped in tub if when spawned. I've seen this. The zombie like it's almost T-posing, but it's not because it's trying to jump, so its arms are stuck out and it's just sitting there glitching in the tub. Trader Hughes POI is a missing beam. Okay, that's a little tiny thing. Tray air pocket. That's another little tiny thing. Very, very minimal bug fixes. Player jumping to a ladder block after having used the ladder would not attach. Was still pressed after entering the ladder block. That's a very specific glitch. So it looks like if you jump to a ladder and place a ladder at almost at the same time, you would fall off the ladder unless you press jump again. Player AI moving down from air to a ladder would fall 1 meter. Okay, that's just another ladder change. Ground wall. Yep. This is the glitch I was talking about. Players moving down to the ground while in a ladder block would keep you attached. So it looks like they have fixed that, which is fantastic. Holding jump after attaching to a ladder slowly slides you down. I don't know if you're supposed to. I don't know if that's. I don't know what that means. Because you used to just press spacebar once, and then you'd slide down really quickly. So I'm guessing if you hold jump now, you slide down slower. Player does not use stamina when bunny hopping. I think that's with the bike. Ladder rung above hay bale negates hay bale protection. Oh my gosh, that bug has been around for a ton of alphas. I think it's been around since Alpha 16. Even when they changed the hay bale protection to only protect up to like 30 blocks. Literally, if there was anything ladder related that was the block above the hay bale, no matter what, you would always take the full damage. So that is a fantastic change. Water makes moving dots effect. That's just a little tiny thing. HUD timers overlap icons with local language changes. Blah, 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 blah. Prefab editor. Lots of prefab editor stuff. Oh, okay. This was an issue. So if you had like multiples of a certain item and you went to reload, or you went to, or not reload, if you went to repair, or if you threw like 3 spears in a row, it would put 1 to your hotbar, and then all the other ones would just go to your backpack. So that has been fixed. Controller unable to select a player profile character. That's just controller stuff. It's hopefully this one is like truly fixed, because that's super annoying. Basically, if you have a hunting knife, bow knife, anything like that, you harvest a lot slower than you attack. So you're going to harvest something, and if you're not quite in the range, it'll still slow down your animation, which is really obnoxious. So hopefully that's been fully fixed there. Healing other players is not working. Hopefully that's been fixed. That's what I'm assuming, since it's under the fixed, but sometimes their wording is a little bit inconsistent. Food animation speeds up after firing any weapon. I've noticed that a tiny bit. There's also some animations that speed up as well, that after you rapidly switch to your tool belt, I noticed that you do attack out slightly faster with some melee tools and weapons. Looks like robotic sledges had some issues. AP rounds not working as expected. I'm guessing they either didn't cut enough armor or cut too much. Robotic sledge placement can be rotated. Okay. Junk sledge dupe on a 2-player pickup. So I'm guessing if 2 players try to pick up the same junk sledge, it would duplicate it. Auto turret and traps. Use mod of item held in hand. Oh, wow. I didn't know that was a glitch, but that's crazy. It's a good thing that's fixed. NRE, okay. Animation issues, dynamic issues, floating. Yes, this crawler's new name is Frodo. Floating crawler stumble. I think that's when like a crawler is trying to like climb up something, and then it's just like floating in the air. Zombies fall through the world when jumping over metal railing blocks. Okay. Knockdown fat cops play a weird ragdoll. Yeah, they kind of like bounce about a little bit. Bear corpse harvest ragdoll is excessive. Yes. I have noticed this. You go to harvest it and it just jumps up like 5 feet in the air. Bear ragdoll hips could keep moving and improved impact handling. Okay, it just looks like they've toned down the ragdoll a lot. Lab and hazmat zombies show no fire when burning, so I'm guessing they now show fire. Robotic turret freezing game when shooting block and having 0 block penetration factor. Okay, so it looks like there were a couple of glitches. And you know what? What was that one robotic turret glitch or robotic sledge? There was a game crash with the robotic sledge. It's not super important, but my game did crash, and I was wondering if maybe that was the issue, but that's okay. So, again, mostly bug fixes, not too many huge changes. The only big change, and my favorite change, is the 2 extra slots to the tool belt. So if you have any other questions, any concerns, there's definitely like the Discord, the 7 Days to Die Discord server. And there's also just like the forums, the wiki, all of that other kind of things. And you can, of course, leave a comment on the video if something that I said was not clear to you. But I'm going to end the episode off here. If you guys liked the video, feel free to leave a like down below. If you really liked it, feel free to subscribe. Anyways, thanks everybody for popping by. Catch y'all next time.